What is going on, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of this Backyard Baseball series. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the Red Hornets, who are 1-0 on the year. In the last episode, we took on, well, not the Sox, or the Sox, not the Mighty Melonheads, where we won 1-0. This is going to be played on the road at Parks Department Field number 2, so let's go ahead and jump into this game, as once again we're looking to continue our Commissioners series, where we have just a lineup of all-stars, Keisha, Pablo, Pete, as we hear Sunny Day once again. And I love hearing Sunny Day like that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get our first at-bat, starting with Pete Wheeler, and of course we gotta do the Pete Wheeler special of bunting, and we will get on safely, and with our fastest player on, our leadoff man on, it's up to Ahmed Khan to do something cool. And Ahmed swings late for strike number 1. And again, I love these new graphics, as that one's popped straight up in the air. And it's actually going to fall. Pete's going to go 3, and he's actually going to score off of that error. And we lead 1-0. But yeah, I love the graphics. I love how this game plays. I don't know why that is 0, and they counted that as a hit, even though it should have been an error. But I'll take it, as Keisha swings and misses for strike 2. But you see up in that upper corner, Keisha versus Chico Papas. Down the right field line. And Ahmed's going to make that turn and head to third safely. And we got runners on the corners with nobody out for Pablo. The secret weapon, Sanchez. And he's going to line it foul, just foul down the right field line as well. Here's the 0-1. Popped up in the air. Out. And Ahmed, however, is going to come in and score. Keisha in the pickle and will be safe at second. So, able to advance the runners. Sac fly for Pablo. We lead 2-0. Why'd that count as a hit for him? Or no. Pablo's hitter number 4. Never mind. But we'll come to this later, especially when it comes to other baseball stats. And I think the original game was like this as well, as Keisha's going to come in to score. Stuff like what Pablo just did will go against him as like a batting average, because as you see, like Dimitri 0 for 0 today, his first at bat, pop fly, and that is going to be out number 2. But it'll be interesting to see if they do Pablo with 0 for 1 or 0 for 0, because technically that wasn't an official at bat. He got an RBI. Kenny swings and misses. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that works. Swings and misses again. And now 0-2 count for our starting pitcher. And swings and misses, and that's strike 3. We put up 3, so we already triple what we did last time. And now we have our ace on the hill. Kenny's going to throw that curve. Pop up right to Amir, and he misplays it. And Pablo is going to get it in safely. So the Hornets have a runner on first with nobody out. Off for the first batter of the game. Now Vicky Calgucci against her brother Kenny. Gets strike 1, swing and miss. And here comes Kenny. Strike 2 on the outside. I have learned how to pitch with this new setting. And that is just to do it just on the outside and get sparkles. Because you get that. You get a nice swing and miss for strike 3. And now, with 1 out, we get a power-up pitch elevator. We're not going to use that quite yet. Going to continue to dance around the strike zone. And they'll swing at that. They'll swing at that ball that's just outside the zone. As that one's lined to Jocinda, who throws it to Stephanie in time for 1. I still haven't figured out how to get a double play set up, so if somebody in the comments can let me know how that works, that would be amazing, because I haven't seen it. I haven't been able to do it on either my online or offline mode, so strike 1. Maybe I have to hold down the button like I do for the pitching, so that way it's not as rainbow arcing, but yeah, so far I haven't been able to turn 2. And here's the 0-2. Swing and miss for strike 3. And again, that counted as a hit for them, even though I don't know. I don't know. The wonkiness of the stats here is throwing me off, to be honest, because one of those should have been a fielder's choice, not a... For the Hornets, should have been a fielder's choice, not a hit. It's almost like they just do, oh, if you're on base, you get credit for a hit. I think that as a mirror. A mirror drives it out. I think that's our first home run of the series. Amir Khan, he didn't get to play last game. Blast a home run here. As you see Pete. I do love that scoreboard. Ground ball up the middle. Safe. And again, the Pete Wheeler cheese. He's 2 for 2. So you see the 5-0. You see... Ooh, atomic aluminum power bat. And brothers go back to bat. Well, you got a Pete Wheeler in the middle there. But both the Khan brothers hit home runs for us. And we lead now 7-0. 4 runs in the inning. And Keisha swings and is out. I don't get that. I mean, the game has some bugs in it. And, yeah, okay. Pablo's pop fly is going to be caught. Now he should be 0 for 1, but officially he's going to be 0 for 2. I don't get that. I really don't. Like I said, Pablo should have gotten credit for a sac fly. That's strike 1. And I don't know if it's just because of the settings that I have set that he is credited with... See? Okay, so... I'm going to have Jocinda around the bases here. But this is twice that I have seen that this game bug out. In this game, specifically. We lead 8-0. And I'll take the run because Keisha, I think it was supposed to be a foul ball, but it was caught for an out. And Dimitri lines it to left field for his base hit, and now we got a runner on first after the Jocinda inside the Parker. I'm calling it. I don't know if it was or not, but now Kenny. Can he keep this rally going? She popped up center field. He won't, and that's going to be out number 3. Had Chico Papas on the ropes, and we let him off the hook. We lead 8-0 though. And now we got... Did Gatorade sponsor this? I can't remember seeing anything about it. So that's strike 1 off the new... And we see that rain ball, and we see the Gatorade power-up bat too, the orange bat. If we ever get lucky enough to see that power-up. I've seen it a couple times offline. So that's how I know it's a part of it. So, Gatorade putting in work, getting sponsored. I'm surprised they didn't replace the 110% juice with Gatorade, to be honest. But that was out number 1. Bottom of the second, we lead 8-0. Kenny is shoving with 3 strikeouts. Strike number 1. Here's the pitch. Strike number 2. And again, just outside. That is laced to Pablo. Can't make the catch. And he's going to throw it in to Jocinda. Ball can't get there. He's supposed to have like a great arm or something. As that ball is high for ball 1. First time all day they haven't swung at that. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. And that one is laced to Stephanie. She'll get the out to Jocinda. So there's 2 down. And again, just looking at Kenny's juice meter is starting to be a little frightening as he's at 20 pitches. 19 pitches. Now there's 20. And that's ball. So 1-1 the count, 2 outs, bottom of the second. We lead 8-0. Runner on first. Strike 2. And now Kenny's in the driver's seat. He can throw whatever he wants. Slow ball up and in. That is whacked to Pablo off the fence. And they're going to have runners on first and second. Okay, now. Now they got something cooking. And again, Kenny's going to throw the slow ball. And that is whacked down the right field line. And they're going to try to score a run, and they will, and it's 8-1. We give up our first run of the series. And now we're using the special pitches. Strike 1. I know he doesn't want to use it. That is whacked, that zigzag pitch. That's going to score another run, and they're going to have runners on first and third with 2 outs. So all of a sudden, Kenny's losing his stuff. 2 outs now. Vicky Calgucci against her brother. She's 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Kenny gets strike 1. Strike 2.
Ooh, that's just embarrassing.
And strike 3 swinging, and we get out of the inning. Giving up 2. I want to say there was a couple of errors. They're not really base hits, but whatever. As Chico Papas and Stephanie lines it to left field for a base hit. And now, Amir, who homered his last at bat, going to try it again. Way outside for ball 1, and they make a pitching change. It is now Wazzy W. And Amir lines it to the center fielder. We've been hitting a lot to the center fielder in this game. For out number 1. Pete is up again, and of course we're going to do that bunt. He's 2 for 2. Why wouldn't we? Show that bunt off in that speed off, Pete. Everybody is going to be safe. So now runners on first and second for Ahmed. And that's going to be strike 1. In that upper corner, we haven't been able to hit that all day, so good take for Ahmed. Late on that one, and now it's quickly 0-2. Ahmed swings and misses, and now there's 2 down for Keisha. She's 1 for 2 today. Gonna use this lightning bolt. And she swings late. Okay. And now it's even at 1-1. Still, the score is 8-2, as you see on the screen. And Keisha off the BYB sign. Now we lead 11-2. Got those 2 runs back. Pablo lets the ball go. 0-1 the count. Or 1-0 the count. Now 0-2 off that ball. Boy, this is a good game. Good offensive performance for us here. And now 3-0. Pablo should be in auto take mode. Again, the 0-2 is what's bothering me. 0 for 2 today. He swings, pops it straight up in the air. And that will do it. So we get 3 back. And we lead. Now, Kenny, at 28 pitches, his juice bar is low. The opposing pitcher up to bat. He already has 1 hit today, quote unquote. Again, I don't know if it actually is a hit or if it's not. That ball is low. Kenny's 31st pitch is high for ball 2. First time in this series we are behind 2-1. And one swung on and missed, and we even it up at 2 with Kenny struggling. And he'll use the fireball pitch. Swung late, strike 3, we get a power up. Much needed power up. Hopefully this is the juice that we need. And it is, so we don't go fully back up. We're about halfway. But again, since the juice bar, and that is lined to right field to Keisha, and she misplays it. Gonna be a runner on first. Still 1 out. But that juice bar doesn't go down as fast as the old games it did. So I'm okay with it, really. To some extent. Gotta just locate our pitch. Don't there and get punished for it, Jocinda. Airmails it. Oh no. Now there's runners on the corners when there should have been an out. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. But that should have been out number 2. That is lined to Pete. Or no, Jocinda will redeem herself. To be honest, we should be out of this game. This should have been game over. So, that is lined. Stephanie can't get there in time. Everybody's safe. Base is juiced. And I can't remember if in reality these crazy now it's listed as foul, so everybody goes back. Base is still juiced. 1-0-1 count. If strike 2, so now we're 0-2. So maybe what I'm thinking doesn't happen, but are all these runs now earned or unearned? As that's lined down left field line, so that's gonna score at least 1. And yeah, only gonna score 1. Base is still juiced. So that will I will ask this now, and let me know again in the comments. Does this count against our ERA? I mean, I guess technically because it wasn't ruled an error by Jocinda, even though it was. There's another run scores. I had errors on, so I don't know why that wasn't ruled an error. And yeah, Kenny's struggling. We're going to get the secret weapon out here now. Base is juiced. 11-4. First pitch to Pablo, and that is homer. Oh, no. So, all of a sudden, this is a game. It wasn't before. They score 6 in the bottom of the 3rd. Vicky, strike 1. Pablo gets strike 2 on Vicky. If we can exit this with just this would be amazing. Low and inside. And we do get strike 3, so we do get the win. A little scary there. The 3 runs on the first being the difference. Again, let's just look at the stats of this game. I mean, Jocinda and Dimitri, 2 for 3 each. Stephanie was 3 for 3, and so was Pete. But, I mean, I don't get this. I don't understand why Pablo's got here. And now I really don't understand the ERAs here, because really, Pablo should have only been charged for 1 earned run, and Kenny should be charged for 6. But they scored 8 runs, so I'm not sure what happened here. Again, let me know. But here's what should be the... I should have already put up what I believe the ERAs are for both of our pitchers so far. But that is going to do it for this episode as we load back to our dugout screen. In the next episode, we're going to be taking on the Super Duper Ron Bats. They are 1-1, and that should be a home game for us, as it is at Steel Stadium. We're 2-0, they're 1-1. That's going to do it for this episode. I will see you in the next one. Peace.